Do you want to recover your invested capital while building your asset portfolio? Do you want to leverage bank financing to build a real estate empire? The answer is simple. Master BRRRR. Use the capital recycling system. Why does it work? This slide explains everything. BRRRR is 5 steps. Buy, purchase below market value. Find properties with renovation potential. Rehab, renovate the property. Increase its value. Rent, lease it out. Generate stable cash flow. Refinance, take out a new loan. Borrow against the increased appraisal value. Repeat, do it again. Buy the next property with recovered capital. This cycle repeats when conditions align. 1 property, 2 properties, 5 properties. But interest rates, appraisals, rental operations, and market conditions determine everything. This is a proven strategy used widely in practice, not a hypothesis. An established approach combining value add and capital recovery. And this is achievable with proper planning. Find undervalued properties. Increase value through renovation. Estimate numbers conservatively. This transforms your capital efficiency dramatically. Today I'll show you the realistic numbers. Now, let's look at realistic numbers. Here's a capital recovery calculation example. Purchase a property with a $100,000 market value for $80,000. The result of persistent negotiation and finding a distressed property. $20,000 for renovation. Total investment, $100,000. After repair value, ARV, after renovation, $130,000. The bank sets LTV, loan-to-value ratio, against this ARV. For investment properties, 70% to 80% is typical. At 70%, that's $91,000. At 80%, $104,000. Here's the critical point. Closing costs at purchase and refinance. Recording fees, title insurance, loan origination fees, appraisal fees. Total, $3,000 to $5,000. Even if you pull out $104,000 in the refinance, subtract $5,000 in costs, that's $99,000 net. Remaining equity, $1,000. To get to complete zero, you need a deeper discount purchase. But with a $100,000 investment, leaving only $1,000 in, capital efficiency is dramatically high. This is the essence of BRRRR. Let me show you a real example. A 3-bedroom single-family home. Suburban area. 30 years old. Through persistent negotiation, purchased for $80,000. Distressed properties face less competition. Renovation breakdown. Kitchen, bathroom, flooring, painting. Budget varies by region and DIY involvement. With tight contractor management to control costs, total $20,000. After renovation, the appraiser evaluated. ARV, $130,000. Rent out this property. $1,500 per month rent. $18,000 annually. Here's what's critical. Realistic cash flow calculation. Operating expenses, taxes, insurance, repairs, vacancy, $500 to $600 per month. Mortgage payment at around 7% interest, $600 to $700 per month. Total, $1, $100 to $1, $300 per month. Net cash flow, $200 to $400 per month. $2, $400 to $4, $800 annually. From 2024 to 2025, high interest rates and rising insurance costs overlap. There's risk of lower cash flow than expected. Before purchase, apply post-refinance interest rates and insurance quotes to verify profitability. Understand the reality of appraisals. ARV determines everything. If ARV is high, you pull out more capital in refinance. If ARV is low, your plan collapses. How do appraisers calculate ARV? They compare multiple nearby transactions, comps. Adjust for differences in size, condition, and features to estimate ARV. Not an average, an adjusted estimate. Here's the critical point. For most residential mortgages, to ensure appraisal independence, the lender or AMC, appraisal management company, assigns the appraiser. You can request a second appraisal or file an objection, but often can't select the appraiser directly. This makes renovation quality critically important. If you use cheap materials and cut corners, the appraiser will see through it. ARV will be lower than expected. Execute high-quality renovations. Another critical point: seasoning period. Many banks base loan amounts on purchase price plus renovation costs, not the post-renovation ARV, for 6 months to 1 year after property purchase. You can't immediately pull out 80% of ARV. Build a track record over time, then apply for refinance with the bank. Build this period into your plan. But BRRRR carries risks. Know the 6 major risks. First, ARV overestimation. If you think $130,000 but the appraiser values it at $110,000, refinance amount is $77,000 to $88,000. You can't recover your initial $100,000 investment. Second, vacancy risk. If you can't find tenants, rental income is zero, but mortgage payments continue. Cash flow becomes negative. Estimate rental income conservatively, subtracting assumed vacancy rate, several percent, for example. Third, high interest rates and rising insurance costs. From 2024 to 2025, policy rates remain at high levels. If refinance interest rates are high, monthly payments increase. Additionally, homeowners' insurance markets face rising premiums by state. Cash flow gets squeezed more than expected. Fourth, renovation cost overruns. If a $20,000 budget becomes $30,000, you need additional capital. Fifth, market decline. If real estate prices drop, ARV drops. Refinance amount drops. Sixth, overlooking closing costs. Recording, title, loan origination fees, appraisal fees. Forget these and your plan derails. How do you manage these risks? Estimate conservatively. Estimate ARV 10% lower than appraiser predictions. Keep an emergency fund for several months. The older the property or higher the vacancy risk, the larger the buffer. If you want to limit interest rate risk, fixed rate is strong. Depending on holding period and terms, ARMs are also options, so compare total cost versus risk. Choose renovation contractors with proven track records. Understand and manage risk. That's what professionals do. To execute BRRRR, you need 5 skills. First, market analysis. Which areas are growing? Which properties are undervalued? The ability to read data. Finding distressed properties requires specialized marketing effort. Second, renovation management. Select contractors, manage quality, control costs, meet deadlines. Timeframe ranges from several months to over a year. Plan assuming delays from permits, construction, loan approval, and tenant placement. Third, financing. Negotiating with banks. Understanding loan terms, extracting the best conditions. Recently, DSCR loans that finance based on property cash flow rather than personal income are being used, but interest rates are higher. Traditional income-verified loans have quantity limits, so knowledge of DSCR loans is essential for scaling. Fourth, tenant management. Find and retain good tenants. Minimize vacancy. Fifth, legal knowledge. Contracts, taxes, local regulations. Without understanding these, you'll get caught in trouble. You don't need to master all these skills at once. Start small. Your first property can even be for your own residence. Experience renovation. Experience renting. Then, the second property. Then the third. Experience makes you an expert. Both learning and practice are necessary. So what happens when you scale up? Let me show you realistic numbers. First property. Invest $100,000 in equity. Recover most through refinance. $200 to $400 monthly cash flow. Second property. Same process with recovered capital. However, considering closing costs and some remaining equity, an additional $10,000 to $20,000 may be needed. Third, fourth, fifth properties. Assume you acquire 5 properties. Each property, ARV, $130,000. 5 properties, total asset value, $650,000. Each property's monthly cash flow, $200 to $400. 5 properties, $12,000 to $24,000 annually. Your remaining equity? Considering closing costs and market conditions, $100,000 to $150,000 is realistic. Not completely zero, but capital efficiency remains high. $12,000 to $24,000 annual cash flow, $650,000 in asset value. This is the essence of capital recycling. Timeline? Several months to over a year per property. Plan assuming delays from permits, construction, loan approval, and tenant placement. 5 properties, 3 to 7 years. If you start at 30, by 35 to 37, you have $12,000 to $24,000 annual cash flow and $650,000 in assets. In a high interest rate environment, plan conservatively. This is the realistic power of BRRRR. Now let's organize today's key points. Here's today's summary. First, plan with realistic numbers. Maximum refinance LTV varies by product, investment versus primary residence, and approval conditions, typically 70% to 80%. Always confirm conditions with financial institutions. Closing costs run $3,000 to $5,000. Build the seasoning period 6 months to 1 year into your plan. To get to complete zero equity, you need deeper discount purchases and low-cost operations. Understand reality and plan conservatively. Second, manage risk. ARV overestimation, vacancy, high interest rates, rising insurance costs, renovation cost overruns, market decline. From 2024 to 2025, high interest rates and rising insurance costs overlap, increasing risks of not pulling out expected amounts and higher operating costs. Estimate conservatively. Keep an emergency fund for several months. Only those who understand and prepare for risk succeed. Third, sharpen your skills. Market analysis, renovation management, financing, tenant management, legal knowledge. Understand new financing methods like DSCR loans. These can't be mastered overnight. Start small and build experience. 1 property, 2 properties, 5 properties. Practice makes you an expert. With $100,000 to $150,000 in equity, how much can you build? Are you ready to walk the path to financial freedom using capital recycling? Share your strategy in the comments. Your first property plan, your questions, your success stories. Everything becomes wisdom for this community. Thanks for investing your time with me today. The BRRRR strategy is capital recycling. This channel breaks down realistic real estate investment strategies with numbers. You can achieve wealth building. If you want that conviction, hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. See you in the next one.